Gentleman yields for questions.
Hi, Dr. Buckley. I'm looking on page 3, lines 25 through 27 of your perfecting amendment, and I just want to make sure I have a better understanding. I think you addressed this a little bit. I believe this section is talking about the teacher pay raises, and there's something in here about a teacher pay raise. I guess there's a requirement for a $15,000 per year or up to $15,000.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something about certain school districts may not offer that $15,000.
Yeah, what it does is some of the very, when you look at what the bill requires in terms of the 40%, we ran a model on a couple of very small districts. Like we have a district that might have like 8 teachers. Didn't know there were those, but there are. And it would calculate out to be like a $40,000 a year pay raise, which they may very well deserve. Wanted to make sure in that instance, though, that they were able, that a local board was able to make that an amount that was not that high if they choose to do so.
All right, but that's not limited to small school districts.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
available for all school districts.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
So any school district can decide not to offer the $15,000 pay raise and could use.
Well, yeah. Well, they can do it, but their 40% of what they have would not very likely in the bill not reach that threshold.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, sorry.
Because then it says something on line 27, a district may spend excess money available as a result of this subsection for any purpose for which money provided under this section may be spent. So, and the example you gave was the ones that have 8 teachers and they would have excess money. That's what you mean by excess money?
That is correct.
Okay, because I was just about to say a lot of school districts that I've talked to, they don't have excess money.
These are very unique school districts typically.
Okay, and then what are some of the purposes that this money could be spent for?
Operations of their school. You know, I mean, if you think about a very, very small school district, the smallest district in my district has about 350 kids. The economies of scale, they just don't benefit from that. And so they're not a district, by the way, that would really qualify under this, but it is, you know, anytime you have the super small districts, there are, you know, certain challenges that they have that you wouldn't experience in larger districts.
And then if we could go to page 4, line 18 through 23, I'm not familiar, this is of course my first time reading your perfecting amendment, and it says, in calculating the difference between a school district's funding under this chapter per student and average daily attendance for the current school year and the preceding school year for the purpose of subsection C, the agency, and that I believe is referring to the TEA, may not include the amounts to which the district is entitled under section 48.115 or 48.284. What are those? I'm not familiar off the top of my head.
Yeah, it is. It's the ones that make sure that when it comes to school safety, and let me make sure there's another one that is provided for there. It limits what you have to put in the pay raise. It excludes the school safety allotment and regional insurance allotment from teacher pay raises.
From teacher pay raises?
Okay. Well, no. Well, as part of the 40% of new money,
Okay,
because
so
the school safety allotment and this other allotment are basically designed to go to a specific spend, school safety or insurance.
okay, so then this section, which mentions average daily attendance,
Yeah.
and they're saying that they don't have to include, or they may not include, money that the school district is attributing towards school safety?
Yeah, it wouldn't be counted as in their new money calculation for the 40%.
Got it. All right. Thank you.
All right, you bet.